Okay, Tom. Well, look, thanks for joining us so late in your evening.
No problem at all.
And so you're in London now, is that right?
Yes, yes, we're in London because we're now almost going to shoot part two. Yep.
So, why horror from drama and comedy?
Oh yeah, no. I absolutely love horror films, the genre. But Holland is such a small market. Holland is not really appreciate horror films. It's really strange, and I don't know why that is. So yeah, we knew we couldn't start working in Netherlands and making a horror film, but now the time was right. So our first international film had to be a horror film, and yeah, that's how it came about.
Okay, and do you see yourself now as a horror filmmaker? Is there more horror films planned?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're now working on part two, of course, but it's like I really like psychological horror. So with lots of yeah, strange and new elements in it. After that, we're going to shoot, hopefully, if everything goes well, a film in LA, and that's going to be a really controversial film again. So can't wait for that as well. But I really would like to explore the horror genre more.
You obviously were having some fun when you came up with the idea.
Oh yes, I was laughing all the time. But when I wrote the script, I never intended it to be humorful. I just wrote the script and I told everyone, the cast and everybody who worked on it, we take this as serious as possible.
And how did that concept come about? How did you get the concept for Human Centipede?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it started very simple from a joke I made one day. I was watching television with friends, and there was a really nasty looking child molester on. And suddenly I made this joke. I said they should stitch his mouth to the ass of a very fat truck driver as a punishment. And everybody says, ah, that's such a horrible idea. And the idea kept coming on my head, and I thought, oh, that is so disgusting, that idea. That's a great idea for a film. And that's how it all started.
And how long was the process from when you came up with that idea to when you had a finished script?
Yeah, first I thought, okay, who needs to stitch the mouth to the asses? It has to be, of course, a really deranged surgeon. And I read a lot of books about the Nazi doctors in the Second World War. So I thought, okay, it must be a Nazi-like German guy. And then I started writing, and it came pretty quickly then. Because I saw a lot of cliché horror films from the US where naive, beautiful women get into trouble, so I used a little bit of that. And I really used deliberately a lot of clichés, because I knew when I started the film with clichés like the flat tire and stuff and the mobile phone not working, it will really hit them in their face when they... that worked in the theaters. I saw that. A film that I saw when I was much younger, and which I still remember almost every scene today, is Salo by Pasolini. That's one of the most horrible films ever made, I think. Do you know that film, Salo?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's just been
great.
released in Australia for the first time because it was banned
Really?
here for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a crazy film. And I really love the early work of David Cronenberg. He
Okay.
can create such an incredible atmosphere in films. And so these kind of films, I also love Japanese films like Takashi Miike, Audition, and Visit the Q. They're all really strange films. So yeah, these guys made definitely an impression on me.
How about German films? You seem I've read that your influence or you're a huge fan of Klaus Kinski.
I'm a real, yeah, absolutely. I love this character. It's like he's like a maniac, and the way he acts, so he's really cool. And when I was writing the script, I saw a German film where Dieter was in. Also, yeah, not a crazy film, but a strange film. And that's the first time when I saw Dieter, and I was struck by his incredible charisma and his voice. And I watched on IMDb what he have done. He did a lot of films, but he was never cast as a horror villain before. And I thought, why? This man is born to be in horror films.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, Absolutely. So you actually went and you didn't audition any other actors for the Dr. Heiter part? It was just Dieter?
No, no. Absolutely, yes. When I wrote the script, we made an appointment with him, and together with Ilona, we flew to Berlin. And in came this guy, and he was dressed in his long coat, and he was sitting there. And I thought, oh my God. And I explained the script in very much detail. And when I was finished, he says, I absolutely love this. And so the deal was made in like an hour, because I think he's just as crazy as I am, but the chemistry we had was very good. Yeah, he's a very methodic actor. As you can, when he wrote the script, he had so many ideas, and he brought that own beautiful white doctor's coats, which came from an old Nazi depot. So he brought all the suits himself, and when I first picked him up to have a conversation with him in Holland, he was totally in character. So he talked to me in character as well, and that was, you can imagine, pretty frightening. And on the set, he had this special Dr. Heiter diet. So he ate some green, strange stuff, and he never wanted to eat with the crew or the cast. He was always alone in his room. So a strange guy, but when the shooting was over, it's the most generous and sweet person in the world. Definitely, that was his idea. Because in the morning, he said Dr. Heiter eats fruit from a can, and at night he only eats a big steak.
Are you a vegetarian, Tom?
No, I love meat.
Yeah, okay, I can see. It seems a very meaty film.
Yeah. Lots of body going on, eh? Yeah.
So tell me about the shoot. Was it a fun shoot?
Yeah, it was fun and also like very surreal, you can imagine. It's really strange for a director to have half-naked people sitting in front of you on their hands and knees, and you have to tell them, tell the guy to go to the bathroom in the girl's mouth. And for the crew around it, the sound people and the DOP, you can imagine it's pretty strange standing there.
Yeah,
it's really strange. And the actors were physically, of course, you can imagine, quite hurt, because it hurts to sit on your hands and knees for a long time.
Yeah.
People are not built for that. So after the shoot, each day we gave them a proper massage to get them going. But yeah, those actors who did that really have got big balls, because it's quite something to perform a thing like this, I think. Yeah, we did the casting in New York together, and Ilona and I went there. And what I did, we posted an ad for very good actresses, very pretty, for a controversial European horror film. So what I did, I made a drawing of the Human Centipede construction, a little similar as you see in the film. And what I said when the beautiful actresses came in, I showed them the pictures. And a lot of them were absolutely appalled by that idea. And they were so angry with me. They thought, you're some European lunatic. And 70% of them left. But the smart ones stayed, because I really explained them, of course, how it was going to look like. But then came the point that they, at the audition, had to sit on their hands and knees. And I really said, okay, you have to be close with your mouth to the anus of the girl in front of you. And you can imagine, not all of them could do that, because it's psychological, it's a big step. But the actresses we chose, Ashlyn and Ashley, they were absolutely the best, and they were fearless. So we were very lucky to have them, and not some second-hand porn actress or something.
What did they do? Did they have something in their mouth to stop them from talking, or...?
Yeah. That's a little trick we did, I can explain. Because the special effects guys, we had to make it like they were really attached. So they're biting in this little piece sticking out of the latex ass piece. So they're biting in that, so it really looked like they were attached. But they can only mumble and cry with that. So that worked really in our advantage. No, I really had that concept, because I knew that the women, of course, couldn't talk anymore. And I didn't want the Japanese guy to be able to communicate with the doctor, so he could only yell in his Japanese.